Welcome to Disney's Pop Century Resort, a vibrant, larger-than-life tribute to pop culture throughout the decades. In this video, we're taking you on a full walking tour of the entire resort, showing you exactly what to expect if you're thinking of staying here. From the giant icons to the themed buildings, pools, dining, and more, we've got it all covered. Pop Century is a value resort, but don't let that fool you. It's full of personality, charm, and great perks like Skyliner access and a centralized layout that makes it easy to navigate. Whether you've booked a stay or you're just curious what makes this place so popular, this tour is the perfect way to get a feel for the resort before you arrive. We'll cover each section of the resort step by step, then wrap things up with pros and cons and my final thoughts to help you decide if Pop Century is the right fit for your next Disney trip. So we're starting our tour right here at Classic Hall, the main entrance and lobby of Disney's Pop Century Resort. The space has that bright, high energy vibe Pop Century is known for, with pops of color and bold design elements everywhere you look. There's a small seating area just to the right as you enter. It's a nice spot to take a quick break after traveling or while waiting for your room to be ready. On the left-hand side is the front desk where you can check in and stop by for help during your stay, whether it's room questions, magic band issues, or anything else that might come up. There's always friendly cast members here and ready to assist. Along the right side, the back wall here, you'll notice a timeline of pop culture history from the 1950s through the 1990s, featuring real items from each decade. Think vintage toys, old school electronics, fashion trends, and more. It's a great spot to slow down and take in all the nostalgic details, especially if you grew up in one of those decades. Now let's check out Everything Pop, the resort's gift shop located just off the lobby inside Classic Hall. This is your go-to spot for souvenirs, apparel, and Disney merchandise without needing to head into the parks. You'll find a mix of resort-specific items like Pop Century t-shirts, mugs, along with plenty of classic Disney gear, Spirit jerseys, plush, pins, you name it. They also carry park essentials like sunscreen, ponchos, and portable phone chargers if you forgot to pack something. And there's a small section with snacks, bottled drinks, and some basic toiletries if you need something quick during your stay. The shop is filled with bright colors and bold displays that keep the Pop Century theming going strong, making it feel fun and energetic even if you're just popping in to browse. Whether you're grabbing a last-minute souvenir or just killing time between activities, it's a convenient and colorful stop during your stay. Now to get to the food court, you'll actually walk through the gift shop. Everything Pop dining is located just behind it. This is a quick service setup with multiple stations serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You'll find a rotating menu of classics like burgers, pizza, and pasta, along with a few more unique options depending on the season. For breakfast, it's hard to beat the Mickey waffles. They're a must at least once during your stay. You can also pick up your resort refillable mug here, which gives you unlimited refills on soda, coffee, and other fountain drinks at any Disney resort during your stay. And there's a grab-and-go section with snacks, bottled drinks, pastries, and some pre-packaged goods. Perfect if you're headed out early for the parks or just want something quick. Plenty of indoor seating is available, and the bright, colorful decor matches the rest of the resort's playful energy. You'll see pop art touches and fun visuals that tie in with the decade theming found across the resort. Now the food court can get a little busy during peak meal times, but mobile ordering is always available to help speed things up. Now it's time to make our way outside, so we're going to exit the gift shop and hang a left. On the right hand side you'll see Fast Forward, the resort's arcade. It's packed with classic and modern games if you're looking for a little extra fun during your stay. But for now, let's see what else Pop Century has to offer. Our first stop is the 70s section, so we're going to take a left out of Classic Hall and follow the path around the corner. And don't worry, we'll be covering the Hippy Dippy Pool shortly. On the way, you'll pass Surfing Goofy, a life-size statue holding a surfboard. That's perfect for a quick photo before you dive into even more nostalgia here. Now this section is packed with playful tributes to the 70s, including oversized 8-track tapes, a massive big wheel, and a Mickey-themed rotary phone that's as tall as the building. It's a total throwback and one of the most iconic photo ops at Pop Century. Now in the middle of the courtyard here, you'll find the massive foosball setup. And the players, they're bigger than you are. Kids love running around this area like it's their own playground, and it makes for some great photos and fun moments. Location-wise, this area gives you easy access to Classic Hall, the bus stop, and it's just a short walk from the Skyliner station. Next up, we're headed into the 80s and 90s section, but first, on the way over, you'll notice, and we're going to pass by Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. These oversized statues are perfect for photos and just add to the fun, playful atmosphere that Pop Century nails so well. Now, if you're like me and you grew up in the 80s, this section is going to hit you with a nice dose of nostalgia. You've got the giant Walkman, the two-story Rubik's Cubes over the stairwells, Pac-Man graphics running along the sides of the buildings. The colors are bold, the details are spot on, and it's a great throwback to one of the most iconic and, in my opinion, best decades. But right in the middle of this area is the computer pool. It's one of the resort's two quiet pools. It's a nice spot to cool off and hang out, and it still carries that theme with the giant floppy disk, a ground level keyboard laid out in front of the pool area. It's little touches like that make the resort so much fun to explore. Now, at the back of this area is the 90s building. The centerpiece to this one is a giant laptop anchoring the building. It's a tribute to the early days of the internet. Now, even though it's only just one building, it's got some fun nods to tech from that area if you do take the moment to look around. And before we leave this area of the resort, don't miss one of my favorite characters. On the opposite 80s building here, we have the giant statue of Roger Rabbit standing on a barrel as the centerpiece of the building. It's another great photo spot and a fun surprise if you are a fan of that 80s movie. Now, these buildings are a bit further from Classic Hall in the food court, but if you're into retro vibes and some oversized icon, this area definitely delivers. So now we're going to make our way back toward Classic Hall, and we're going to head straight across the main walkway into the 50s section of the resort. And yes, don't worry, we haven't forgot about the Hippy Dippy Pool. That's still coming up a little bit later in the tour. But this next area brings a whole different vibe with vintage touches, classic characters, and plenty of charm that makes it feel like a step back in time. So welcome to the 50s section, where Pop Century takes a nostalgic turn back to jukeboxes, sock hops, and the early days of Disney magic. The first thing you'll notice as we approach are the massive bowling pins that frame each stairwell, a fun and fitting nod to one of the most popular pastimes of the decade. And as you make your way through the area and check out the buildings, they're decorated with the records and the old school transistor radios, really locking in that mid-century vibe. And over in the center of the left-hand building, you'll find the statue of Tramp sitting just off to the side, looking like he's just waiting for Lady. In the middle of this section is the bowling pin pool, the second of the two quiet pools, shaped just like an oversized bowling pin, surrounded by themed touches and retro-style benches. And at the back of this section, located behind the pool, is the building with the giant jukebox in the middle, colorful centerpiece that stands out against the soft pastels of the area. And speaking of Disney charm, just across from Tramp, you do find the statue of Lady, rounding out this area's tribute to the classic 1955 film. Now, while this section is fairly close to Classic Hall, keep in mind it is on the far side of the building from the food court and bus stop, something to consider if quick access is important to you. So now, once again, we are going to head back toward Classic Hall. We finally made it to the heart of the Pop Century Resort, the most popular pool at this property, the Hippy Dippy Pool. This area is full of bright colors, giant flowers, and peace signs. It's got that groovy, feel-good energy that really stands out. It's also one of the most central sections of the resort, putting you just a short walk from Classic Hall, food court, transportation, everything. The Hippy Dippy Pool is shaped like a flower with fun water jets spraying in from pedal-shaped fountains around the edge. It's the main pool here at Pop Century, so you can expect it to be lively most of the day, especially in the afternoons or in the early evenings when everyone is returning from the parks. Just off to the side, you'll find the Pedals Pool Bar, where you can grab a drink and unwind while staying close to the action. And as you explore the buildings around the pool, you'll first pass the giant Play-Doh can. On the opposite side is a towering statue of Baloo and Mowgli from the Jungle Book, both making great photo ops and keeping the 60s theme going strong. And just behind this section is the Generation Gap Bridge, which takes you across Hourglass Lake to the Disney Skyliner section, or over to Art of Animation if you'd like to explore that. But the Skyliner does give you quick access to Epcot and Hollywood Studios. And as we start heading back towards the main building, we're going to go through the 60s section, and I'll take one more pass by the Hippy Dippy Pool. And it's easy to see why this is such a guest favorite. Between the theming, the central location, overall energy, it really is the heart of Pop Century. And while we make our way back toward the bus stop, let's talk about a few of the pros and cons of staying at this resort. First, the pros. Over-the-top theming. If you love big, bold visuals and Disney details that don't take themselves too seriously, Pop Century delivers in every section. Skyliner access. Having a quick ride to Epcot and Hollywood Studios is a huge plus and gives this value resort a big advantage. Building location. Especially if you're staying in the 60s, you're right in the middle of everything, close to the pool, food court, lobby, and of course affordability. For a Disney resort, you're getting fun theming, solid transportation, and great perks at a lower price point. But now, a few cons to consider. Like most value resorts, the rooms open to outdoor walkways, which can mean less privacy and a bit more noise compared to moderates or deluxes. No table service dining. Everything Pop is great for quick meals, but if you're looking for a full service dining experience, you'll have to head to another resort or the parks for that. Limited storage space. The rooms are a bit on the smaller side, and if you're traveling with a lot of luggage or a larger family, it can feel a bit tight. Overall, Pop Century is a great option if you're looking for something fun, affordable, and full of personality. The Skyliner access alone sets it apart from other value resorts like the All-Stars, and the theming gives you that classic over-the-top Disney feel from the moment you arrive. Is it perfect? No. The rooms are a little compact, and the lack of a table service restaurant might be a downside for some, but if you're spending most of your time in the parks and just want a resort that's convenient, lively, and still gives you those Disney vibes, Pop Century is a solid choice. Thanks for joining me on this tour around the resort. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more Disney walkthroughs and vacation tips. I'm Dave with Disney A to Z. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you real soon.